Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Conscious Healing. On this channel, we'll be talking about a whole range of subjects to do with, like the title implies, conscious healing. So, how do we bring the subconscious into the conscious? Because what we really want to go for is the subconscious and make it conscious, bringing up the darkness into light. There are many ways to do this, many methodologies, many healing applications that we can choose to use. One of them, which I found very, very powerful because it's very practical and it's don't believe what I say, prove it to yourself kind of method, which I really appreciated in today's age of intellectual fluff and talking at you, but never showing you in practical ways how to do something. The release technique has been one of those modalities. I find it's one of the fastest and most, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, basically, it's one of the quickest and it's one of the fastest self development methods I've ever come across. It's very demonstrable, very practical, like I said before. There's no intellectual posturing or fluff. It is a very step by step process. It's a show me type of thing. That's one of them. Another great healing modality I've come across is the Emotion and the Body Codes formulated and created by Dr. Bradley Nelson out of the USA, who is a chiropractor and an energy medicine practitioner. Fantastic guy. He's been doing this for decades, and he's really brought a fantastic gift to the world. Very, very amazing technique where we actually use muscle testing or applied kinesiology, which you can also do with a pendulum, not only with your own body, which is the same concept, to determine what trapped emotional energies we have from the past. We're basically interfacing and communicating with the subconscious to bring these limitations and these things that are holding us back into the conscious so we can then let them go electromagnetically. These are all topics that deserve their own separate videos. So for the purposes of time and in respect for your time as well, I'm just going over a few brief ones right now. There's so much more. I recently did a Healy frequency device review, which you can catch on my channel previously. I'm also in the pipeline. What I'm getting is also a quantum device called the 9010 power capsule, which is German technology, just like the Healy. Funnily enough, there's some good things coming out of Germany right now. Well, yeah, more accurately, the 9010 capsule was made in Germany, but it's based on Swiss technology. And what it's to do with is zero point energy. Look, I'll be honest, I'm not a quantum physicist and I'm not like an expert in that subject. But what I do know is that the technology is based on quantum principles and zero point energy, which kind of, from what I've seen, my superficial understanding, has a neutralizing effect on electrosmog radiation like 5G and all that stuff, which is very much needed right now in the world because of the deluge of 5G that's been coming at us from all directions now with the 5G rollout and the 5G devices and phones that have been coming out as well. And what else? It's endless. I guess what I'd like to say is there's no, I feel, solid protocol that you have to do. It's like that saying, all roads lead to Rome. Eventually, you'll find that your intention, your desire to heal yourself or to expand your consciousness or to develop yourself, whatever you want to call it, once you have that pure intention, things come to you naturally. It doesn't really matter following one specific protocol or once, but nothing wrong with that. There's some powerful methodologies and modalities, like I've shared previously. But what I'm saying is that the source of it all is not coming from outside of you, it's coming from within you. your true healing power, your true birthright and divine gift, which I feel that all of us are born with, because it's your why, because it's your very basic inherent nature. We are all healers, and we are all infinite beings with a capacity to manifest infinite potentiality, because that is the nature of who we are. We're not really the just the body, just the name. We're not those to begin with anyway. That's another separate topic for another time, where we're going to waveform information. How this reality is basically energy at its base state, at its fundamental state. This reality and everything you see around you is what? Energy, it's vibration, it's frequency. At its base state, it's waveform information. And if you look at waveform information, it's very much like a holographic plate or an interference pattern to do with holographic technology. I don't want to go too technical right now. Like, imagine the surface of a pond or a pool of water, and you drop a pebble or a stone in there. Those ripple waves that you see emanating from the collision point of the water falling into the pond or what have you, that's the waveform information expressing itself, playing itself out across the surface of the pond, those ripple waves. And if you look at your fingerprints, right? You don't have to look at mine, you can look at yours too. You can see the concentric kind of rings, um, the wavy type of aspects of your fingertips. You can see those lines, right? Those contours. That is basically what waveform information looks like at the holographic level, the 3D level. And it's that that gets decoded into what we perceive as 3D holographic reality, like this glass I'm holding here, like the body. It seems physical, but at its base state, it is information. It is energy, waveform information. The body is a 3D holographic expression of that base state of information. Much like a holographic image that you see in front of you is an expression of the information on the flat holographic plate that you see in holographic technology. I hope this is making sense. So where I'm going with this is, if you look at a lot of mainstream, or practically most of it, with a few honorable exceptions, right? Mainstream medicine, the pharmacological approach to human health and well-being, they have a very Newtonian approach to the body, a very physical, can I touch it, taste it, hear it, smell it, see it, um, instead of actually looking at the base state from which these symptoms may arise. So, in other words, they are solely focused like a horse with blinders. Now, don't get me wrong, it has its place. If you have a car accident and you have to go in for surgery, that type of medicine has its place. I'm not knocking that or demonizing it. I'm saying that that on its own is not ideal for optimum human health. And if you look at a lot of the side effects from the pills and the chemo therapies and the radiation and the cutting open and you know, that's what basically mainstream medicine is these days. It's like that old saying, you either get cut, burnt, or pulled up. And that's not the full picture of what true human health looks like if you know what you're doing. And that's going to the, like we spoke of before, the wave form state of the body, of health, of the organs. That's going to the energetic level. And that's why you'll find that a lot of alternative healing practices and modalities deal with energy first and foremost as a source of the symptoms, because that's where it is emanating from. That's where the 3D holographic, what we see as the physical world, is emanating as expressed from that waveform information state. I hope we're making sense here. So that's why if you look at something like homeopathy, people may ask the question, that doesn't make sense. How can you take a substance, put it in? Gee, I need a haircut. How can you take a substance, put it into uh, a liquid solution like water, right, and dilute it over and over and over again until there's no physical trace of the substance, but yet it still can have a healing effect on the human body? People don't get it because they still have that Newtonian frame of perceiving. Perception is everything, and we have unfortunately been very programmed in our perceptions in this place. I'm not going to lie, I'm not special. I've been programmed myself in a lot of ways growing up, and you realize as you're on this path, like I have been in alternative health, like many of you may that are watching may have been as well, or getting into this. Big ups! What a fantastic place to be. I love personal development and the exploring the potential of human consciousness and what we can express in these body minds here. But anyway, I digress. I'm going off topic here. We were talking about the homeopathy, how people cannot understand how you can take a substance and dilute it continuously, and how can that have an effect on the body. That is bullshit, some may say. Excuse the French. Gee, I'm new to the YouTube thing, so I'm not sure, if I have to put an age restriction or limit it to adults instead of kids with this thing. But anyway, it's already said. I can't take it back unless I edit. But for right now, I'm kind of shooting from the hip. It's just my style right now. And I find it's very conversational. I like to have these conversations to the camera, like I'm actually talking to you, like a friend of mine, to a person I know, and to all of you. It's a great way, at least for me, to feel comfortable in communicating this information. So, how does the homeopathy work? Well, like we were saying earlier, it goes into, again, the nature of reality, the information state. What is that substance that is being used in the homeopathic remedy? It's information. Now, once you dilute it in the water over and over again, just because the physical substance may seem to be, gone, the five senses are decoding that this physical substance is no longer there, the energetic signature of that substance, right, at the quantum level, you can check out quantum mechanics and quantum physics. Again, I'm not an expert myself. I have a layman's understanding of it, but I love this subject. But if you look at what, first of all, what is quantum energy? What is subatomic energy? It's beyond human sight in that it's energy flitting in and out of particle or waveform states, right? So going back to the homeopathic remedy, I'm going to wrap this up. I know I've been going on and on about it. Going back to the homeopathic remedy, that substance is still there in the water at the energetic waveform based state. That's why it can still have a therapeutic effect, a healing effect on the body mind. So I hope that makes sense. Guys, we are going to have a lot of fun on this channel. I love talking about this stuff and I love exploring this stuff. I'm going to have the new 9010 capsule from it's Swiss technology or Swedish. I can't remember. I think I had said, yeah, I think it's Swiss technology made in Germany, coming to me in around a week or two. I'm going to do a review on that because I've heard so many good things about it. I've seen other people making reviews on it and like blown away by the energy emanating off of this thing. It's like a whoosh. And that's what we are. We are one big interlapping levels of whoosh. But at the same time, we are the one infinite source. People call it God, people call it the higher self, whatever you want to call it. We are that. We are infinite potentiality incarnate, and we can make manifest any single dream or potential that you have in your head. You can make it happen. All right. This has been Greg from Conscious Healing. Have a fantastic day, you YouTubers out there. This has been a cheesy outro. Bear with me. This thing will improve with time as I get used to the new platform, and I hope you all have a good one. Bye. And keep doing you, baby, because that's the only thing you know how to do is you. You're nobody else but you, and that's it.